Welcome back. 17,700 on the Nifty. A last hour surge has pushed the markets higher by 77 points, with the Nifty Bank leading the way. The Nifty Bank is now up close to about 550 points. One of the big movers today is Bank of Maharashtra. Just reported their numbers about 20 minutes back. Looks like a good set of earnings. Abhishek joins in with the details of the numbers. Abhishek.
Well, it's a good set of numbers, as you mentioned, for Bank of Maharashtra. Other income is actually driving the PAT this time around. Though the fact that NI has grown at 10.5% quarter-on-quarter, the loan growth has been pretty robust at around 11.9%. So there might have been some margin compression of about 5 to 10 basis points on a sequential basis. But other income, that's up 57.4% YOY and about 28.3% quarter-on-quarter. And that's driven the operating efficiency for the bank, given the fact that cost to income ratio is now at 38.3% when compared to 39.7% in the previous quarter and about 44.8% in the same quarter last year. Provisions have increased massively, 945 crore, which is up 62.4% quarter on quarter. But take a look at asset quality. There is a massive decline in net NPA. Value wise, net NPA is down 39%, which means that they might have sold NPAs to ARC and provisions is made over there. So asset quality has improved. Gross NPA ratio down to 2.47% when compared to 2.94% in the previous quarter, and net NPA at a mere 0.25% when compared to 0.47% in the previous quarter. No taking away from the fact that, ROA or return ratios remain strong. 1.32% ROA when compared to 1.3% in the previous quarter. So all in all, good set of numbers coming in from Bank of Maharashtra. Back to you.
Okay, good numbers there. 5% higher on the stock, Bank of Maharashtra, that is. With that, we'll move on because I'm focusing on AMI Organics. The company is in focus because it has announced its foray into the semiconductor industry. This is via an acquisition of majority stake in specialty chemicals maker Baba Fine Chemicals. So, as I said, it's a foray into the specialty chemicals industry or the semiconductor industry because they will be now producing chemicals for the semiconductor industry overall. The consideration for this is 68 crore rupees, and Baba Fine Chemicals is custom specialty manufacturer for semiconductor industry. This 68 crore rupees they will be paying via cash consideration and also issuance of securities of the company to the existing parties on preferential basis. The valuation of this one is 4 times the adjusted EBITDA for FY23 for Baba Chemicals. The deal is expected to be completed in 6 months, and if we look at the financials of Baba Fine Chemicals, their revenues have been increasing from 26 crore rupees in FY21. They have been able to double their revenues to 47 crore rupees in FY23, and it is of course a positive update because one, the industry is extremely competitive. It's a high barrier industry, and this is via this acquisition, AMI Organics has been able to make a foray into this particular industry. Analysts say acquisition will be EPS accretive for the company, and it is a good partner for ramping up volumes in the industry, which is otherwise a closed industry, so to say. So they have made their foray here, and that's why it's a positive update for the company.
Okay, I'm going to be looking at Persistent Systems. Well, the numbers typically come out tomorrow early in the morning, US time. That's where the board meeting is held. But the stock is flying high ahead of the numbers, currently up close to about 3.5%. It's expected to be a good quarter for the company. In fact, the company's growth rate has been pretty solid compared to peers. So dollar revenue growth seen higher by 3.6%. Constant currency revenue growth of 2.5% to 3%. Here, the key question is how their top line ramps up. The top client has been declining, and this was a conscious decision. The company has been warning and talking about it. Last quarter, the top client revenues fell by 43% on a year-on-year basis. But what they said in the conference call and in an interview to us is that it's bottomed out and it's going to start growing. So how quickly can the top line ramp up is going to be driving that extra growth for that company. Margins are seen largely flat. Profits, according to our poll, should be up about 13.5%. That said, in an interview last time, they also said that they want to improve margins from current levels by 200 to 300 basis points. This is the medium-term margin aspiration. But one concern the street had about Persistent in the last 2 months was their BFSI exposure. It's about 33% of their overall revenues. So BFSI is a vertical we will be tracking very closely. Secondly, this is a company which has been growing very fast. So this year they will end with a 35% growth, at least 30, even if you assume a little bit of a miss here and there, at least a 30-35% growth. So therefore, it's also very expensive compared to peers. It's trading at a forward FY25 valuation multiple of almost 22 times. So just, you want to watch the high growth, high PE kind of companies a little more carefully, because there the market can be very punishing in the case of a miss. But numbers are expected to be good. Watch for the BFSI and watch for the top line performance.
So mid-cap IT companies, they've done well versus the large peers, right? So let's see.
Mastech and Sign. These were the two that we had last week.
So far.
And this week we'll get a flurry of them.
So yes, so Persistent, of course, remains in focus. The 4% higher ahead of numbers. We'll get you all the analysis.